Today, we're going to be diving into the Arizona Cardinals starting 11, and this is going to be after free agency as well as the 2025 NFL Draft. It's crazy to see the Arizona Cardinals depth in 2024 and now heading into 2025. This is going to be a fun one. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we're covering the Arizona Cardinals news, breaking news, conversational pieces, everything surrounding your favorite team. So subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. But ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be doing a predicting the starting 11 for the Arizona Cardinals on both sides of the ball after free agency and after the 2025 NFL Draft. And like I mentioned in the intro, the Cardinals have an abundance of depth this year compared to 2024 and 2023. So this is going to be a fun one. We're probably going to have some sort of disagreement, but definitely let me know everything here in the comments below. Let's go ahead and up and foremost, let's start off with real quick the special teams. I don't have a graphic for it, but let's just start with it, right? It's going to be Chad Ryland being our kicker for the Cardinals. I think obviously the whole Matt Prater saga has ended. Now, it's kind of unfortunate because there really wasn't a big deal about, Matt Prater leaving the team. Chad Ryland did a pretty darn good job in 2024, so most likely it makes all the sense in the world that he's going to be the kicker for the Cardinals, hopefully for the foreseeable future. The punter's most likely going to be Blake Gillikin as well, and then, of course, your long snapper being Aaron Brewer. So let's go and get started here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the starting 11 for the Cardinals in 2025, and I'm excited about this. Let's start off here with the offensive side of the ball. Now, we have done this before where we try to predict the Cardinals starting 11. Now, there isn't really much of a difference because like we mentioned on multiple videos, the Cardinals have not done very much to add big different pieces, or I guess impactful pieces on the offensive side of the ball, and that's in free agency as well as in the draft as well. So this is kind of starting to kind of look like what we talked about maybe about a couple months ago, but I did make one change, and I don't know if you've already spotted it, but for the sake of trying to make some sort of change, I would love to see this move being made and hopefully an opportunity for this specific player. But let's go and dive right into it, right? Let's start off with the left tackle position here, and that's going to be none other than Paris Johnson Jr., former sixth overall pick to the Arizona Cardinals. This is going to be a shoe-in. There's just no debate here. Of course, you got Evan Brown right next to him in the left guard. You're going to have Froholt in the center. Now, this is going to be where there's some fans that are a little concerned with the right side of the line. I got the Cardinals giving the nod over to Isaiah Adams, former third-round pick last year, and now going into his second year. We've seen him in, flashes here and there. I do think the Cardinals have confidence in Isaiah Adams out of Illinois, but the best right guard on this team right now, and of course on the right tackle spot, you're going to have Jonah Williams there as well. Now, Jonah Williams, when he came back from his injury, I feel like Kelvin Beachum played better than he did. So Jonah Williams right now still under contract. I think it's going to be a no-brainer that if you look at the roster, he's probably going to be your best right tackle on this team at this moment. So I don't think it's going to be much of a surprise with the first five guys we're talking about, and that's going to be the offensive line. But let's move on over to the wide receivers. Of course, you got Marvin Harrison Jr. As your wide receiver one, your ex-wide receiver, and then, of course, you got Michael Wilson as your Y. Trey McBride, of course, tight end number one, and then Kyler Murray, your QB1, and then James Conner, your RB1. Now, of course, we might see more of a Trey Benson. As long as he can stay healthy, I do think he's going to be a really good asset for the Cardinals. I know there were some Cardinal fans that were upset that we weren't able to get Cam Scadaboo running back out of ASU. It's just in the third round, it didn't make sense for the Cardinals to go that direction. Now, if he fell to the fourth or the fifth, maybe that might be a possibility for the Cardinals to take a swing there. But at the end of the day, I think they're confident in James Conner as well as Trey Benson. As long as they can stay healthy, they're going to be a really good tandem back there. And then, of course, the one change that I did make was going to be Xavier Weaver. This is usually Greg Dortch's spot here in the slot, but like I said, for the sake of changing it up, and I really do like Xavier Weaver. He does got the ability to play in the slot, and I think that if he's going to have an opportunity to shine in the NFL, this is probably going to be the best position for him, especially on this team, because you got Michael Wilson on the outside, Marvin Harrison Jr. on the outside. Xavier Weaver's going to have to find some sort of spot. Now, obviously, it's his job. This job's not going to be given to him, right? In training camp, he's going to put the work in. In preseason, he's going to have to put the work in as well. So this is going to be where my starting 11 on the offensive side of the ball is going to look like, where at least I would be happy with. But like I said before, like even if it's Greg Dortch in that slot position, I'm not going to be mad at it. I just, for the sake of being a little different, I kind of want to throw a different, look out there. And Xavier Weaver is going to be the slot for me in the specific prediction. So let's move on over to the defensive side of the ball. There's might be a little bit of, what's the word here? There might be a little bit of a debate, but it's okay. I'm for it. Let me know here what your guys' thoughts overall. If I'm wrong, let me know here in the comments below. So this is going to be the defensive side of the ball. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The defensive side, this is going to be where the most intriguing starting 11 is going to be, because we got depth for days. We got depth. We got so much depth. And it's so crazy because heading into 2024 season, you were rolling with Zaven Collins being your number one, right? And I'm talking about going to the regular season, right? This is after BJ Ojulari was injured for the rest of the season. So we were rolling with, Dennis Gardeck and Zaven Collins being your number one edge rusher guys, and that's just not a place you want to find yourself in. So there's just an abundance of riches when it comes down to the Arizona Cardinals depth, and it's absolutely amazing. But let's go and start off here with the defensive line. Let's start off with the edge rushers. Let's talk about Josh Sweat, the biggest splash the Cardinals have made in the 2025 offseason in free agency, bringing in Josh Sweat, 4-year deal. Absolutely amazing. I think it's going to be a shoe in here. It's going to be the outside linebacker on the left side. And then you got the BJ Ojulari. Let's hope he's going to be able to stay healthy, because there's a lot of high praises for BJ Ojulari. He was supposed to be our number one guy heading into 2024. Unfortunately, he got hurt, but this might be one of his last opportunities to get that spot and win it, right? Because before Josh Sweat, he might have been our best pass rusher out of LSU. So let's see what he does there. And then let's move on into the inside. You got Dalvin Tomlinson, and then you got Walter Nolan, first round pick this year. Now, if you're going to sit back and start, rolling in the comments, say, where's Darius Robinson? So Darius Robinson, to me, I think within the defense, there's going to be a big rotation, right? There's going to be a lot of rotation happening within this defensive line. That's what we've seen from Jonathan Gannon and Nick Rellis, is that they love rotating these guys. Now, last year, like I mentioned before, the guy that was the most amount of snaps, Zaven Collins being like your edge rusher one, he was like 55%, right, in snap counts. And then Dante Stills was your number one defensive tackle at one point. He was 52% snap count. He's more of the inside guy, right? So I think we're going to be seeing something like that as well, where our outside linebackers are also going to benefit from trying to stay fresh, right? So BJ Ojulari and your Josh Sweat, they're going to be getting a mix between, rotation between, if Zaven Collins stays on the outside, potentially Dante Stills, depending on the formation that comes out. Baron Browning can also be another really good asset to rotate between. We've seen some flashes of Xavier Thomas, rookie last year as well. So we got some pieces on the defensive line. So we're going to see some rotating guys on the edge, and then in the interior guys, obviously Calais Campbell, which is a big acquisition the Cardinals have brought back in, and he's still doing it at a high level, regardless of his age. So we got him. We're going to see a rotation of Darius Robinson as well. See a rotation of maybe Justin Jones and Melvin Bilal Nichols, which are guys that we got last year in free agency that just unfortunately weren't able to stay healthy, and then spend a lot of the time on IR. So the defensive line is going to be so fascinating to see how it shakes out. But this is going to be the one where I really like, and I would get very, very excited. Like, this would be night and day, 110% different from 2024. So this is how I have it coming out. Let's move on over to the secondary. Let's talk about Will Johnson, second round pick in 2025. I feel like he's going to get the nod. And I think we're going to start seeing Sean Murphy Bunting kind of get less snaps, or maybe even getting phased out. But I'm not on board with trading him or releasing him. It just doesn't make sense. He's a guy that can play in the NFL. Keep him. You never know what's going to happen, especially with the injury concerns with Will Johnson. You never know what's going to happen, so keep him. The more weapons, the more guys we have in depth, it only helps out. So we got Will Johnson there. We got Max Melton hopefully taking that next step. And then you got Garrett Williams in the slots. Garrett Williams is going to take a third-year jump. I can feel it. He's probably going to be one of our best cornerbacks. So this is going to be how I see it shake out for the cornerbacks. And of course, for our Safeties, I still got Jalen Thompson and Buda Baker, but I would love to see maybe a split share between Jalen Thompson as well as Dadrian Taylor Demerson. We do got some really good depth in the safety core as well. So maybe with Jalen Thompson, we start seeing that split share with Dadrian Taylor Demerson, aka Rabbit, as well. So, and then we also got Keaton Crawford as well. So that's another guy the Cardinals could potentially rotate. But I would love to see more Rabbit more than anybody to kind of split share with Jalen Thompson. Let's talk about our middle linebacker guys. We got Mac Wilson Sr., which was our acquisition last year, and he's absolutely became an automatic fan favorite. And then you got Akeem Davis Gaither. That we ended up poaching from the Cincinnati Bengals. There's still a little unknown with his game. We don't really know exactly how he's going to shake out, but believe it or not, there's a lot of Cardinal fans that are excited about maybe Cody Simon taking the helm, maybe sometime during the season if Akeem Davis Gaither does not shake out. But I do think he's going to get a fair chance. There's no way the Cardinals are going to pay him what is it, like $5.5 million and a 2-year deal if they're not going to at least give him some sort of opportunity to fight for that job. And let Cody Simon learn a little bit, right? Maybe he might be the future for the Cardinals of the inside linebacking position, but right now let's let him learn. And I'm talking about day one, right? This is going to be day one. As soon as the season starts on the regular season, this is going to be, I hope, what it all shakes out to be. But ladies and gentlemen, what are your overall thoughts? We might have a lot of difference of opinions when it comes down to the defensive line. I can see some people saying Calais Campbell might get the nod over Walter Nolan because obviously the veteranness. I can definitely very well see that as well. But I would love to see the young core kind of now start shining for the Arizona Cardinals moving forward. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know here in the comments below, what are your overall thoughts? Put it in the comments. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cardinals.